Hey y'all, so we've put together a tutorial for you to solve the Labyrinth challenge in Robot Virtual World. And the first thing that you need to do to solve this challenge is, of course, get your program up, get the environment ready, and put in the code. Well, we've already typed in the code for you. That way it's a little easier, little time save, because we're just trying to show you how turns work and how to solve this challenge. So the first thing is the set motor command right here. And this is going to tell the motors to go forward. It's going to tell the robot we want to go forward. It's these two lines right here. And the parameters for the motor is left motor and right motor, okay? And this is just saying what motor we want to control with our code. So right here, left motor, I'm setting the speed to 50. And the parameter for speed is right here. If you want to go forward, then it's going to be 1 to 127. That's the range for speed. And if you want to go in reverse, you just add a negative. So it'd be -1 to -127. Okay, and then if you hit the speed for 0, that's going to stop your motor completely. Alright, so like I said right here, these two lines of code, we want to go forward. Notice that both of our motors are set for the same speed and they're going in the same direction. And we want to continue to move forward for 4 seconds. And that's where this sleep command is going to come in. Now the sleep command is basically a timer. It tells you how long we want an action to continue on. And in this case, we want it to continue for 4 seconds. Now the sleep command reads milliseconds. So 4,000 milliseconds right here is going to be 4 seconds. All right? And when you do this and you try to make your robot move forward, if it falls too short of the distance that you want to accomplish, you can mess around with this sleep timer right here and you can adjust it so it'll go longer or go shorter in the way that you want it to move. But we're not going to do that right now. We've already tested it and we need it for 4 seconds. But you're more than welcome to go in and play with it and change it and experiment because that's how you learn. Okay, so we're going to come up to this next turn right here. This is our first turn and it's a left turn. Now the easiest way to make a turn is right here. We've set our left motor to 0. And again, when we put a 0 in the speed parameter, that's stopping the motor. All right, so our left motor is stopped, and our right motor, right here, is set to 95. So the fact that these motors are uneven, that one is stopped and the other is still going, that's going to enable us to make that turn. All right, and the easiest way to remember how to make your turn is if you want to go left, you stop the left motor. Okay, if you want to go right, you stop the right motor. It's the easiest way to make a turn. We want this left turn to continue for 1 second. So again, we use the sleep command right here, and the sleep is like a timer. All right, so 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. And then we come up to this next piece right here, and we want to go straight again. We want to move forward. So again, our left motor and our right motor are both set at the same speed, going in the same direction, moving forward. Okay, that's what these 99s are. We want to continue to move forward for 2 seconds. So again, we use our sleep command, our timer, for 2 seconds. Okay, and then we're going to come up to our next turn. And our next turn is right here, and it's a right turn. And we do this the exact same way we did the earlier one. In this case, we want to go right, so we stop our right motor. Okay, and remember, when we stop a motor, we have a 0 for the speed parameter. Now we want to continue this turn for 1 second, so we use our sleep command. And then we want to move forward again. So that's right here. Notice that our left motor and our right motor are both going at the same speed in the same direction. All right, and we want that action to continue for 2 seconds. So we use our sleep command. And then we're coming up on our final turn right here, and it's another right. So you see our right motor is at 0. All right, and that's going to let us make that right turn that we need. And we're going to continue the turn for 1 second with our sleep command. And finally, this last little stretch right here, we want to move forward just a little bit more to get into our goal at the end of the challenge. And so our left motor and our right motor are going in the same direction, in the same speed. And we want to continue that for the last 2 seconds. So our sleep command is 2,000, it's 2 seconds. All right, so that's the code. Now I'm going to download to Robot, and hold on 1 second. All right, I'm going to go and I'm going to run virtual world. All right, we're going to make sure it's in virtual world so we don't have that little pop-up that just happened. I fixed it. So we do download to Robot. All right, and then we wait for virtual worlds to come up. And then I'm going to go ahead and get in there. Go to robots. Okay, and we want to make sure that we have the correct robot for this code. So we did it for the Clawbot IQ with the arm down. And we go to movements, and we want the correct challenge, Labyrinth challenge. Start activity, and then I'm going to move this camera to this angle, that way you can see the whole arena, okay? And then we just hit play. And here's our first turn. And our right. All right, there's one more. And there we go. So that's the Labyrinth challenge, that's the code. You've learned how to do turns, you've learned about timers, you've learned how to move forward. So you've got a really good, strong base for knowledge to build on later, and you're on your way to learning some really cool things in virtual world.